So this is the first opportunity I've had to record a video since last week. I've been away for a few days just to unwind, relax, and over that time we have hit 200 subscribers on YouTube, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who has shown support for the channel, who's liked, subscribed, watched any videos, or even given me feedback or some pointers down in the comments. They have been truly appreciated. I take the time to read and try and reply to all of them when possible. I hope to continue doing a lot more videos going into the future, in particular one-off videos which I hope will start to materialize on the channel over the next few weeks, so that'll be something to look out for. And don't worry, Unemployed to Legend is not going anywhere. We will be continuing the series, particularly because there are stories within stories in this whole series. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend, episode 12, Club 2 with Dundee United. My name is Craig, and come up in today's episode we have the Europa League playoff second leg against a familiar foe in Olympiacos at home, and we also have a league game against Motherwell for you in the second half of this episode. Now, since you were last with me, we've of course played a few more games since that disappointing draw against Hibernian after being 2-0 up. We won the New Firm Derby 3-2, a tight affair. I'd rather be a bit more comfortable, but hey ho, a win's a win. Smashed Queen of the South in the Premier Sports Cup, which we are absolutely not giving any priority to this season. Before we then beat Olympiacos away 2-1 in the first leg. Very impressive performance. We were actually better than them for a large... I say that. Their XG is... Their XG is actually better than ours. Okay, we were better than them in the first half. The second half they were all over us, but we took our chances. That's the main difference. Of course, with Ramon Enriquez and Johnny Kenny, quality always shines through, and thankfully it shone through in the first leg of the Europa League playoff, and hopefully it will shine through today as well. We also drew 1-1 against Celtic in the league in the last match. I was going to show the Celtic game originally, but I figure we're still not on their level, as you can see. Wow, from the XG, I completely forgot already just how much Celtic just completely bombarded our goal. They just didn't take their chances. That's it. That was the big difference. That was a home game as well, and we drew that 1-1. So away from home is not going to be pretty, I feel. But that's going to be later on in the season. That's future me's problem. For now, Olympiacos at home is, of course, the main responsibility. What words am I thinking of right now? They are the main opponents for us to get by in this episode because we want to run in Europe. Now, Olympiacos, if anybody remembers from our time at Swansea University, yes, we did face them in, I think it was qualifiers, wasn't it? Champions League qualifiers? Where are they? It was a couple of seasons ago, I'm sure. Hold up. Here it is. Yep, Swansea University. We actually drew with them. Did we draw with them? Oh wait, no, yeah, of course, I'm viewing it through Olympiacos' schedule. Yeah, so they lost to us 2-1 on aggregate, and that was at their place as well. So we forced them down into the Europa League playoffs, ironically. Now, the aim is to force them down into the Europa Conference League Phase. The winner of this, of course, goes into the Europa League Phase full, which is what we want because we need the money. I haven't shown you the finances actually. In fact, if we could just show you, they are still getting worse. We're now shown as insecure, which is not good. We need serious money, so let's go out and try and win this game as best as we can. The front line is completely stacked, as you can probably see here. So this is the 11 that we're going to send out. Vickers is in goal. A back four, Rankin Costello as the third choice left back. The only reason I'm not playing Alex Murphy, who is on the bench, is he? No, he's not. He's not even registered. Flipping heck. He's not even happy at the moment because he thinks I'm going to replace him. He's like the backup. Well, why wouldn't I replace him? Wu, O'Connor and Curtis is the rest of the defence. Winter and O'Donnell, the centre of rather the base in the midfield. Andre Green on the left wing. Banshiki on the right wing. Ramon Enriquez is in attacking midfield with the man himself, Johnny Kenny, up front. We will see some of Ross Stewart. He's just come back from a knock. Gabriel Sara is also still building match fitness. He did play against Olympiacos in the first leg. Wasn't particularly great, but he's still building that match fitness. He's still going to have to get some consistency and just settle in. I don't think he can even speak English yet, can he? Oh, he's fluent. Hang on. Of course, he was at Norwich. Right. Of course. He was at Norwich, so we'll just give him some time. He'll be fine. He'll come through. He'll start shining, hopefully, like Ramon Enriquez. So let's get into this game, and let's go do the business at home at Tannadice. Is it Tannadice? Is it Tannadice? I should actually just Google this. I really should. I'll probably do that before the next episode, and hopefully I'll be able to pronounce it correctly. Yep, let's take advantage of home advantage. I agree. The fans are going to be pumped for this one. They would have seen on the telly, those who couldn't make it over to Greece, the important victory that we got at Olympiacos' ground. For context, by the way, I have switched off the music for the Europa League just purely because it's not going to come out properly in the recording. Anyone, again, who was there for the European adventure with Swansea Uni, you know that the music just didn't show properly. Oh, sorry, it didn't come out properly in the videos. Wow, look at that view as well. Yeah, fantastic. Great graphics, Football Manager, great graphics. Right, let's get into this game. I love the graphics, though. It does make the European games much, much bigger in my eyes. Wintle with a corner. He's going to have to take it after 1.5 minutes. And there is Christopher Wu. A great start to the game. His second goal of the season. And within 2 minutes, we've got a 3-1 aggregate lead. Please, boys, let's just make light work of Olympiacos tonight. I would so love that. And I'll see if I can give a few of you a break against Motherwell. I know it's early in the season, and I've completely forgot to show you the league table. I'll show you the league table before the next match against Motherwell. It's not like we're going to completely ignore the league. The league is obviously important. We need to continue to show progression. And by progression, I mean regularly staying in Europe, so that way we can attract better players once we get the money, of course. £2.5 million of debt needs to be wiped out first. That is also why I'm not quite putting a lot of players on the never, if possible, as Banjiki misses a big chance there. Although I think he was offside, but still, I want to see us try and put these chances away. Because we put those chances away, we put Olympiacos away, we can hopefully plan for a Europa League League stage, which will be 8 games of delightful European football. As, my goodness, they're just running right through our defence there. Come on, boys. Christopher Wu thankfully cleans up. But yes, the aim is, right now, consolidate in the league, get back into Europe for next season, and have ourselves a good European run this season. So not only can we boost our reputation, as in the club's reputation, as well as mine, let's be honest, this is selfish needs for myself here, as Kenny is through, and Kenny has just put us 2-0 up on the night, 4-1 on aggregate just before half time. Make light work of this, boys. Come on, make light work of this. Beautiful ball here by Andre Green, sees Kenny on the shoulder of the last man, and he just slots it, well, tries to slot it home, in off the post, doesn't matter, it's all in the back of the net. But yes, we're trying to boost the club reputation, my reputation as a manager, but also boost Scotland's reputation, because the Scottish Premiership has actually slipped down the European rankings. So when we first joined Dundee United, Scotland was like the 8th biggest league. It's now the 14th biggest league. We've slipped behind the likes of Austria and Switzerland. We've slipped behind them, which is mad. And why is Ranking Costello knackered? I've just realised that. Let's have a look. Lewis Strapp is probably going to have to come on. He is on the bench. I don't know what's happened to him, but Lewis Strapp has had about an hour off, so he's fine. He'll be alright. We won't make any other subs just yet. Let's get it to around the sort of 70-minute mark, which is where I normally do my substitutions anyway, just to try and ward off any of the tiredness. Vickers with the ball, plays out to Sam Curtis, who's thankfully looked at home on that right-hand side. He's been scouted by Stephen Kenny, who is the Republic of Ireland manager, for a call-up. And there's Andre Green. Tries to do it first time, but didn't quite come off. There he is again. Plays it into Banjiki, and Banjiki has it in the back of the net. And apparently there's a suspicion of offside. Didn't look offside to me. If anything, I thought Andre Green was further forward. The hand is up, and that looks like a goal. Yes, it is. It's a goal. It's a beautiful goal. 5-1 on aggregates. 1 foot, 1.5 feet, I'm going to say, into the league phase of the Europa League. Olympiacos may just be having PTSD about facing me at this point. We beat them with Swansea University, and I would so love it if we just beat them here. And right now, we're making good on that. Mikey Johnston is going to come on for the first appearance of the season. He's been injured, to be fair, for a few games. Darnell Johnson will come on for Sam Curtis at right back. And we'll make the last couple of substitutions very soon. Very, very soon. We're just going to spread a few of these out. And one player I do actually want to take off, because he doesn't need to be on at the moment, is Johnny Kenny. Where's Ross Stewart? There he is. Actually, do you know what? I'm not taking the mick or anything here. Let's just give Rory McLeod 10 minutes. Just give him some time. And just allow him to do his thing. Christopher Wu is going to come off for Robbie Conde. Robbie Conde, he'll see some more game time. This season we've got obviously a few cup games. We're going to have a bunch of league games obviously as well, surrounded by European games, because let's face it, squad rotation is going to be very, very important for us. And that was a great interception almost. I don't know who that was. Was that Cundy or was that O'Connor? It doesn't matter to me, to be honest, as long as it stayed out of the net. Very, very happy. But right now, we are on a mission to try and save Scotland from slipping further down the league rankings, because that obviously affects the qualification places that we will get for the Champions League, for the Europa League, and it also affects how early we start in the UEFA Conference League. As that's a great goal by Ramon. I completely forgot Ramon was still on the pitch, but we don't have any more substitutes anyway. I don't know if it's going to be a goal, and it apparently is. Yeah, 4-0. 4-0 on the night, 6-1 on aggregate. I think it's safe to say we got the measure of Olympiacos in this tie. Very, very impressive. Ramon looks very much at home in Europe. Gabriel Sarr hopefully will join him, and Johnny Kenny as well will hopefully continue his good form to start the season. In fact, his sensational form to start the season. I think he's got about 7 or 8 goals to start the whole season, which is fantastic. But as soon as Gabriel Sarr gets into a bit of form, Banjaki on the right as well, Andre Green on the left, we're going to have a front 4-5 that will be the envy of Europe in my eyes. And that has to be the game. Excellent victory, 4-0 at home, and we have got ourselves Europa League football for 8 games. We'll be back, of course, for the next match against Motherwell, but if we do have the games sorted for the Europa League League Phase, then we'll come back before that and we'll just go over who we are going to be facing. Well, we didn't have to wait too long. The fixtures came out immediately after the game had actually finished. But just before the fixtures, look at the money that has been coming in though. £2.93 million, £241,000. That was just for playing in the Europa League playoff. The 2.93 is for the league phase itself. So the finances, they're still showing as insecure, but we are finally in the black. Obviously, projections are still looking bad, which is why it's going to be important for us to try and make sure we're getting regular European football. We still need a Europa League run, so that is exactly what we're aiming for this season, as mentioned before. But teams we're going to be facing: Feyenoord, Slavia Prague, Zelina. What country are they from? Slovakia. Okay, fair enough. So from Slovakia, Marseille, that's going to be quite a big one. That's away from home as well. Astana, Hertha Berlin, Fenerbahce, and Young Boys. I feel we could potentially win. I don't know if we'll win against Hertha Berlin or Marseille. I think those are going to be the toughest games. Astana, Zelina, we might be able to pick up points against them. Slavia Prague maybe as well. Feyenoord, we could be at home. And Young Boys, Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce's touch and go. Young Boys, I think we could beat. Okay, I'm saying then maybe 4 wins. So if we get 4 wins, that would be 12 points, which I think could be enough for at least the top 24. Let's go through this. That's the old league phase. So what's 12 points? 12 points gets you roughly 16th, 17th place there. Looking about 17th there as well. So we're looking about top 24 with 12 points, which I feel has to be the aim, just to make sure we're sort of in that conversation of actually going into even just the knockout playoff, which is exactly what we want. Right, it's back to league action now against Motherwell at Fir Park. So this is going to be the 11 we're going to be sending out. Vickers is in goal. Alex Murphy is in at left back in places Lewis, Strapp and Rankin Costello. Wu and Edwards, Ryan Edwards that is, comes in at centre back for O'Connor, I believe it was. Why is he not even on the bench? I feel he should be on the bench instead of Cundy. Actually, O'Connor's knackered. That's why. Cundy can be on instead then. Curtis retains his place right back. Thomason and Enriquez in central midfield. Enriquez we have started dropping back into central midfield because I want to play Gabriel Sara in attacking midfield. And this man you're going to be seeing for the first time. We may get glimpses of what he can do in this game. We might not. That match sharpness still having to get better. And also still settling into Scotland. Andre Green on the left wing, Banchaki on the right. Kenny is still the man up front, which is excellent. But just a couple of changes just to keep the squad a little bit fresh. We have an international break after this. No need to go too mad. And from previous experience of rotating on Football Manager, if you make a ton of changes, it's like the game just punishes you. So why just make all those changes if you don't need to? And in this case, hopefully we don't need to, as Motherwell's lineup is out. Hopefully we make light work of them, hopefully just as light as we made of Olympiacos in the last match. And it's going to be a highlight straight from the off. Also less than 2 minutes on the clock, just like at the start of the last match, but this time Motherwell are the ones who are starting with the ball. The kits are almost the same colour. Well, to those who are just giving a quick first glance, it just looks a bit too close for my liking. Very dark colours. Gabriel Sara on the ball here. Well, won back by who was that? It was Thomason. Ball winning midfielder. I do love him. Green on the left side. Gabriel Sara goes for the spectacular, but manages to chip it over the bar. If that's a glimpse of what he can do, we could be in for a treat later on this season. We'll give him time. We'll give him the time that he needs. Ball played forwards, and unfortunately Motherwell just scoop it up, but Banjaki does very well to win the ball back. Thomason plays it over to Kenny, who is faster than the defender, plays it around, but it is just... Oh, he's got it back! I thought he completely lost the ball. He tried to go around the keeper and chip it over, but the defenders were on the line, but they just got completely mixed up with each other. Defenders have been improved, everybody. I mean, I hope ours have. I don't care about the AI. If the AI is still useless, more power to us. Power to Kenny here, as he just took advantage of Slattery and Kelly just getting completely mixed up. Oh, sorry, Mulvaney. Mulvaney is a defender. Kelly is the goalkeeper, who's just in no man's land there. 1-0. And what was that? Was that Johnny Kenny's 9th goal of the season? Absolutely amazing starts of the season that he's had. Free kick just before half time here. Gabriel Sara delivers it into the area. It completely evades everybody. Wu tries to play it back in, but to no avail. Murphy cleans up very, very well. Not bad for a last man in defence. Like I said, Murphy is still not very happy about I think it's about the fact that he thought he was going to get replaced by someone we were never going to bring in. But hopefully he'll get over that very, very quickly, especially as deadline day is fast approaching. And hopefully... I think it's going to be... He'll run out here, the promise I've made to him. He'll run out after the transfer window closes. So long may that be a thing. And Banjaki, another player who is actually upset that we didn't let him go to AC Milan, who did make a bid for him for less than his release clause. He's made it 2-0 here, and he's another player who I think, as long as no one bids for him, will be happy that his promise has been fulfilled after the transfer window has closed. So hopefully Murphy and Banjaki will both be very, very happy again, and we go in happy. Half time, 2-0. Lovely stuff. Keep up in the second half. No messing around. Let's just go. Let's just make light work of this. Let us just bag the 3 points. Again, I haven't actually showed the league table, although you can see it here anyway. But after 3 games, we only had 5 points, a win, 2 draws, 0 defeats to start the season. I'm touching all the wood. Long may that continue. But we need to start picking up some victories. Last season, I remember the start of the last season. We did struggle initially at the beginning by not bagging that many wins, which was because we couldn't take our chances. And that's something I've been trying to rectify for this season, as Gabriel Sara had a chance. But it has resulted in a corner that he has got his first assist for. He's on the boards. Woo, with his 3rd goal of the season. He's potent from these corners. Gabriel Sara gets his first goal contribution for the season. First goal contribution for Dundee United. He will come good. He will come very, very good. I'm telling you. He just needs the match time. He just needs the full match fitness. But he is starting to get much more involved in these games. Which is all you want to see from your attacking players. Especially creative players. Which is exactly what Gabriel Sara is. That's the sort of thing I'm going to be expecting from him as the season progresses. Now we are looking to make a few substitutions. Great save by Vickers. We are in the 70th minute and there's quite a few tired legs out there, one of whom is Gabriel Sara. Oops, wrong person. In fact, what we're going to do, oh gosh, is Declan Glass not on here? Oh, I must have taken him off. I'll tell you what, Tyrese Fornal, we've not seen him at all this season. Let's just give him some time. Johnny Kenny's going to come off for Ross Stewart. Enriquez is going to come off for Ryan Wintle. And I think there's one more. Yeah, Sam Curtis is knackered, so Darnell Johnson is going to come on. We've got one more sub. We've got just under 20 minutes. We'll use that with not too much of the game to go. Right, thankfully nothing has happened in the last 10 to 15 minutes since I made those subs. So Andre Green, actually, Christopher Wu is actually knackered and he's on a yellow card. So we'll just make the defensive subs. I think that's the smart money. With less than 5 minutes to go, just waste the time down. I mean, it's pleasing. We hopefully turned a corner in taking our chances, as we have another highlight here. Fornal, first time we've seen him in a long time. When was the last time I probably showed him in an episode? He's getting a few minutes, at least in the attacking midfield. Banchiki winning the ball back well there. No, it's Fornal. Have a crack, man. When I said have a crack, I meant, yeah, have a go, but I didn't think you would actually score that. Oh, I didn't think he had that in his locker. Well done. Back in the net, boom, 4-0, and Tyrese Fornal has probably just put himself into my thoughts for some more game time in the near future. Well done, man. At the very least, you might get some cup games. 4-0, very, very good result, and we'll see what that's done to the league table in just a moment. I imagine it makes us look very, very good at the start of this season. Yes, 4 games in. Yeah, okay, only 4 games in, but still, top 2 is a very, very good start. And long may that continue going into September, where of course we will have some of the Europa League Phase games that will be coming up. As who is, oh, new performance analyst, very, very good. Now let's have a look at the schedule. First game will be home against Feyenoord in mid-September. I think what we'll do for the next episode, we'll just have it be a Europa League episode. So the first 2 matches of the Europa League before we then start to kick on through the midpoint of the season and trying to do as well as we can. Europa League and in the league-wise. Remember, in the league, we want to be back in this top 5 at the very minimum. Europa League, a nice run into the knockout rounds so we can get some of that sweet cash. So we'll be back for the next episode for the first 2 games of the Europa League Phase. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure that you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button. And I can only thank you again for 200 subscribers on the channel. I will do my absolute best to continue bringing you the best content that I could possibly give you. I honestly don't know what to say. Words have kind of eluded me, I feel, in this episode after hitting that milestone. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and general support on the series so far. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.